Call regular city council meeting Monday, December 2, 2013 to order. Clerk, call roll, please.
Alderman Putoff.
Here.
Ferrari.
Here.
Waldorf.
Here.
Lukosius.
Here.
Perez.
Here.
Radke.
Here.
Mueller.
Here.
Sapienza.
Here.
Mayor Harrell.
Here, pledge of allegiance. Do we have any presentations?
No, Your Honor.
Do we have any public comment cards filled out?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, do we have a motion to receive the regular meeting minutes of November 18, 2012 and November 22, 2012 and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Do we have a motion to receive the treasurer's report for October 2013, city clerk's report for cash received for October 2013, general fund and miscellaneous reports for October 2013, sales, home rule, and telecommunication tax receipts for August 2013, placed on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Putoff. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd just like to call our council's attention to the fact that on the cash received report, you'll see that we received $35,219 for the insurance claim on the stolen dump truck. So,
Is there any other discussion?
Yeah, Your Honor, I wanted to point out the sales tax for the month of August was a nice 8% jump. I'd anticipate this was a result of end-of-year car sales that you've seen has been pretty robust across the country. But it's nice to see an 8% jump in the 1 month period.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Move on to committee. Council and Finance, Alderman Putoff, Alderman Radke.
Yes, Your Honor. We have disbursements tonight, the amount of $2,225,272.26. I make a motion that these disbursements be received, placed on file, the bills paid in the usual manner.
second.
Have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke, to receive the disbursements and the bills paid in the usual manner. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, for some time we've been reviewing the employee health insurance, and at the last council meeting we were given or presented with 3 different options for the employee health insurance. I'd just like to quickly review those 3 options. Also, there's a sheet that each of the aldermen can review at their own leisure. What we hope to do is to take this information and by next meeting make a decision on where we're going with it. The current carrier final renewal is at 9.15% increase, which is about a $90,000 increase from last year. That's from Blue Cross premiums. If you take those same premiums over the course of the extra employee coverage, which will be employees will be paying 15% for next year, you're really amounting to a city cost of about 1.51% extra. So keep that in mind when you're reviewing all of those different premiums. The mutual medical is a self-funded option and has potential of saving of about $180,000 based on last year's assumptions. And what I mean by last year's assumptions would mean that if we had the same loss ratios that we had last year, no increase from it, then the city would have a potential of saving about $180,000 from the previous year. So that's something to keep in mind also. The other option was another self-funded, which has the same opportunity for the savings potential. That's from Gerber Life or TPA. However, we did find one obstacle with that is OSF is not covered in that area. I wanted to point out that all of the options have the same out-of-pocket costs for employees, the same prescription plan. It has similar benefits and similar physician networks. I'd like to have is an employee meeting to explain the mutual medical self-funded option, if we can have that scheduled in the next week or so. where we would have a representative to come to meet with the employees to discuss how that would work if the council does desire to move in that direction. We do have Human Resources here tonight, Kim Reese. Kim, is there anything you wanted to add to our discussion?
No, just I'll answer any questions if you have any with regard to the spreadsheet. Just to kind of run through the spreadsheet, if you go quick, the very upper left quadrant of the spreadsheet, that is the current premiums that we have in place. And with that, I've carved out library employees, retirees, so that is specifically employees that the city pays for. I've also taken out the employee portion of that, so that the amount that we pay the city's monthly portion is strictly the amount that the city owes to us. And then next to that, on the upper right quadrant, that is just a comparison, that if we were to remove the cost of 2014 and employees were to have a 10% share of the premium, it just shows you, how much the annual bill there would be. Again, I have carved out the retirees and, rubber employees, and then strictly the portion of the premium. Now, all the employee groups, we have one collective bargaining, we are still in negotiation, but if all the employee groups were to pay 15% of the premium, then in the lower half of the spreadsheet, the lower left quadrant, that then illustrates, how much the bill will be to the city if all employees pay 15% of the premium. And on the lower right, that shows you how much the city will pay to the medical if all employees pay 15%. So it just kind of gives you a comparison of roughly what the city will be paying.
Kim, do you have that meeting time and date yet scheduled?
The gentleman that I would need to speak with Mutual Medical, he's out of town today, and he's going to be out of town for the next 3 days. But, I'll speak with him tomorrow, and I can touch base with him again, and I'm sure he'll be free by the end of the week, so.
And let the council know too, so that they have an opportunity to be at the meeting to see if there's any questions that they would have. And again, there's a great potential for some cost savings. And again, I encourage all of the council members to get as much education as possible in the health insurance rate breakdown.
I just want to add one more thing. When comparing, looking at these premiums and comparing the Blue Cross to Mutual Medical, it is important to know that Mutual Medical is a self-funding plan. So the city would be responsible for claims in addition to the premiums that we would be paying. So the premium does not cover all the claims that would be incurred that the city would also be responsible for. Whereas Blue Cross is a fully funded plan.
That's all in the health insurance area. Your Honor, tonight I'd also like to make a motion to approve a $3,000 contribution to NCICG towards the local share to match the 50/50 annual planning grant from the United States Department of Commerce and Economic Development Administration.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke, to approve a $3,000 contribution to NCICG. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Bekoshius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, also as in the past, the city has been a co-sponsor for the Central States Tournament, which again is held in Peru as well as Oglesby. What in the past we have done is given a $2,500 donation to the Central States Tournament, and I'd like to make a motion to do the same for the upcoming year.
Second.
A motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke, to approve a $2,500 donation to the Central States Tournament. Is there any discussion? Is everybody's question answered with that email I sent out?
Yes.
Okay. The question was that Oglesby was doing all of the opening nights. And the very first year they did opening night. No, the very first year Peru did opening night and championship game. Year 2, Oglesby did opening night championship game. Last year, Oglesby did opening night Peru championship, and this year will be flip-flop, so. And then, anybody's welcome to be on their committee that wants to. So we have a motion by Alderman Paloff, sent by Alderman Radke to approve a $2,500 donation. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved.
Alderman Radke, anything to add?
No, I have nothing.
Public Works, Alderman Waldorf, Alderman Lukosius.
Yes, Your Honor. Tonight I have the electric financial report for the month of October 2013. And during this period, we showed revenues over expenditures in the amount of $394,312.24. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this report and place it on file.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf to receive electric financial report, October 2013, placed on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I also have the monthly operations report for the electric department for the month of October. And during this period, we sold 1,883,656.45 worth of kilowatt hours, and we avoided purchasing $48,345.82 worth of power due to the hydro generation. I'd like to make a motion that we receive this report and place it on file.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf, receive electric operation report, October 2013, placed on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Next, Your Honor, I have the city approved revenue and expense report as of October 31st, 2013. In the current period, this report shows revenues over expenditures of $81,556.31. I'd like to make a motion that we receive this report and place it on file.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius to receive water financial report, October 2013, placed on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Last meeting, we talked about the having a blowout at one of the water softeners and losing all of our media. So we went out for quotes and got a couple. Tonka Water was the low. I believe, Chris, you contacted the manufacturer, and Tonka was even lower than you could get it from the manufacturer. Is that correct?
Yeah, when it came to the cost of the media, and that's the bulk of the cost of that first item for $56,000. The bulk of that is actually the physical media that goes inside that softening unit. We contacted the place where they actually make the media, and they said we can't sell it to you cheaper than what Tonka can because they buy such large quantities of it. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the media purchase for water softener tanks from Tonka Water in the amount of approximately $56,000.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius to approve the purchase of media from Tonka Water in the amount of approximately $56,000. Is there any discussion?
Yes, I have a couple questions, if I could, Your Honor. The agenda reads $56,000. Is that for one? That's for two? Okay. And then there's $27,000 that's on the next motion. Is that for a separate?
That's a separate deal. Basically, it's an actual repair by Tonka. The first motion will be for the actual physical media and the installation of that media. The second motion, when the filter failed, there's a support system that failed, and when we contacted the manufacturer, who is Tonka, they said they actually do not design the filters that way anymore, and a $13,320 per softener is the retrofit installation that they recommend. Basically, there was a steel support system. They don't recommend using that anymore. They want to install a lateral system with basically cementing up the bottom of the tank to seal it off to support the media now. So it's a kind of a upgrade to an old softener since they don't actually recommend you put it back to the way it was.
Looking at their contract, it looks like there's other charges for welding, and how does that?
Basically, the old support system we just had taken out of there, we utilized a local fabricator to get down inside the tank and cut out the old system. So there is an additional cost that we are incurring to that. And then we also used a local painter to sandblast and paint the inside of the softener. So yeah, a lot of that stuff you're reading, the extras, were completed already. It's in preparation for the installation of the media and the support system, or the new lateral system. So all in all, basically, when we were retrofitting these softeners, and they're approaching 20 years old, we were originally looking at between 25 and 30,000 per softener for new media. Well, what we're finding out now is through the manufacturers that the support system is probably going to fail within each softener. So what they're recommending that we do is change that support system out. So instead of 25 to 30,000 per softener, you're probably looking at $50 to $55,000 per softener once everything's completely, taken care of. But this is something that needs to be done. I mean, we're down 2 softeners now because they both just decided to go like that. And we're currently, one is prepped and ready to go. The other one we're prepping right now. So,
What would it cost to replace the softeners?
Couple $100,000. Yeah, I mean.
So the repair is worth it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like on their quotation here, it says $27,000. Is that for A and B? Is that just for one media? And then
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we doubled it because we know we have 2 to take care of.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one right away, and the second will be later. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any further discussion? The roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff. Aye. Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved.
Next, Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to approve under drain replacement and water softener tanks in the amount of approximately $27,000.
I'll second that.
Motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius to approve under drain replacement in the amount approximately $27,000. Is there any discussion?
On this one here, I was looking at the quote. That's it totals between the two, the 17,791 and the 13,320, 31,111. And then again, there'll be additional costs for.
Yeah, the sandblasting and painting for the softener that we just had done was roughly around $5,000. And then I haven't received the bill yet for the millwright work. We had 3 millwrights come out and take a look at it. The first 2 didn't even want to attempt it because the hole to get in the vessel is so small, the average sized person couldn't even get into it. So of the 3, the one that said he could be there tomorrow, we went with him because this is something, again, that needs to be done right away.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
The roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff. Aye. Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved.
Sean, do you have anything? No? Mike? No? That's all from Public Works, Your Honor.
Public Health Safety, Alderman Ferrari, Alderman Sapienza.
Your Honor, I have the fire report for the pay period ending November 23rd, 2013. Approved Fire Department received and responded to a total of 12 fire calls for that pay period. There were also 2 monthly trainings included in this report, making the pay period total 14. For payroll, this period ending November 23rd, 2013 of $3,831.54. I'd like to make a motion to accept this report as read and place on file.
Second, Your Honor.
A motion by Alderman Sapienza, second by Alderman Ferrari to receive approved Fire Department report and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Your Honor, we also like to discuss and approve the final contract costs for the E1 fire truck after additions in the amount of $536,401.16. Jeff, Chief King, would you like to comment on that?
Yeah, some of the costs we're looking at where it increased on. A couple of the big ones was on the hose bed cover on the back. When we designed this fire truck, we designed it at the fire station. Okay, we did it on a PowerPoint. And after going down to the factory, looking at different hose bed covers that we we've seen a couple of safety items. There wasn't enough, what do you want to call them, shocks on that lift without having somebody get hurt possibly with the lift going down. So we made a change order at that point because we wanted it a little bit more safe because it's a little heavier. It's a heavy duty cover. We don't have the cloth cover any longer. It is a metal cover. A lot of it's due to standards of hoses coming out of the beds and stuff like that. So we went ahead and bumped that up a little bit. It was about a $900 extra on that. Another item that we looked at was when we built the truck again. We built the truck in the training room at the fire station. We built it because I was trying to cut costs on the truck with one side lighted only. So when you open up the compartment, we just had it beaded on one side to see what it looked like. Then after we got down there and we saw what it looked like with one side, it wasn't enough light, and so we had to put an extra side light on this thing. So that increased actually about $2,000 at that point. And the last item that really was kind of a bigger item on it, when we built the fire truck again, the zinc option to the frame rails, to the battery boxes, and to the underneath was not an option at that point. The reason we're going into this truck and we want it to last longer is we don't want rust. That's the problem we had with the truck we're replacing now. The new option came out to zinc everything underneath there to prevent rust from happening. So we went ahead and went with that option. And the reason we went with that, they showed us some things we got down to the factory that looked pretty impressive, and they're preventing the rust from happening on the underneath of the truck. And that's where we were at with issues prior to us coming to the council for a new truck, is because the old truck just totally rusted out and we couldn't use it. A couple other things we were looking at was some diamond plate corner guards. We didn't realize this until we went down and we were actually testing the pump. We were doing a full flow on it, and when I was hooking the truck up to the hose, you use what we call spanner wrenches to hook this truck up. When I went to hook it up, I slipped off of the coupling. I caught myself, but I hit the side of the truck where it was just paint. There wasn't a protective covering there. So I could see if I did it, I know that some of my guys would probably end up doing it. And I did it not under emergency situations, okay? The guys are going to be in a hurry. So we went ahead and diamond plate the inside of both of those so we can prevent any scratches or anything like that. You know, add to the looks of the truck a little bit. And the last thing would have been the Modicon. And what that is we're looking at a city right now. Sean's looking into it. But we're looking at the light changing procedures going up 251. And with that, it's definitely a safety issue for everybody. But we had this put in our fire truck now, so we didn't have to do it down the road and have to tear apart the light bar and everything like that. And it was so much easier to put it in now than it would be. It cost probably double if we didn't do it now. So those are some things that added to the cost. We went about $6,000 over, but those are things that really needed to happen to it. And again, it's hard to sit in an office and build a fire truck and then go down and you missed a few things, and we just missed a couple things. But I think what we did was good. And the flip side of it is the extra money will come out of our donation money again. We have enough in there to cover what our overrun was, so we shouldn't have any additional cost to the city with that.
So, Chief, your time spent down there going over the new truck was well worth it. Most of the new things deal with durability and safety, and
absolutely. I mean, going down. I mean, when we went down and signed that truck off, it was bolt by bolt. We had 80 pages we went through, and we were underneath the truck, inside the truck, everywhere. They make you sign off on literally everything on that truck. So, and that's when you caught a lot of things that you didn't catch looking at a PowerPoint.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Appreciate it. I believe I need a motion to approve the final contract, the cost of the final contract in the amount of $536,401.16. I'd like to make a motion to approve that.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Sapienza, second by Alderman Ferrari, to approve the final contract cost to E1 fire truck. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote, quick call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Makoshes.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, I'd like to discuss and approve equipment expenses for the new fire truck from Alexis Fire Equipment Company for the amount of $21,665.80. Chief, do you want to explain exactly what that is and where that money comes from?
This is an invoice for all the new extrication equipment from TRT that will be going on this truck. We're going to have 3 tools, a portable generator, portable power box, and the couplers to go with that. I wrote into ADM, has an ADM CARES grant, and I applied through the grant process, and we received $25,000 for this outfit. So we have plenty of money again in our account to cover this without a cost to the city.
Thank you, Chief. So I would like to make a motion to approve the equipment expense for the new truck from Alexis Fire Equipment Company for the amount of $21,665.80.
Second, Your Honor. Have a motion by Alderman Sapienza, second by Alderman Ferrari to approve expense from Alexis Fire for the new fire truck. Is there any discussion? A roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, I'd also like to discuss and approve the fire truck equipment expenses purchased from the Municipal Emergency Services Incorporated in the amount of $41,894. Chief, do you want to speak on that one as well?
Yeah, this is all the loose equipment that will be going on the truck: fire hose, axes, shovels, couplings, adapters, saws, all the loose equipment that will totally outfit this truck. And again, this money is all coming from our funds donations, so there will not be any cost to the city other than the additional fire truck.
Keep those donations coming in.
What's that?
Keep those donations coming in.
Absolutely.
You know, the donations, they certainly do make a big difference. You look at these numbers, and I'd like to make a motion to approve the fire truck equipment expense purchase from MES in the amount of $41,894.
Second, Your Honor. Have a motion by Alderman Sapienza, second Alderman Ferrari to approve fire truck equipment expense from MES. Is there any discussion? A roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, I'd like to discuss and authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute a loan documentation from Proof Federal Savings for the new fire truck in the amount of $530,000 at a 2.25% interest rate with a quarterly payment of $21,991.17 for a period of 6.5 years.
Second, Your Honor. Have a motion by Alderman Sapienza, second by Alderman Ferrari to authorize mayor and city clerk to execute loan document from Proof Federal Savings. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved.
That's all we have at this time, Your Honor.
Public property, Alderman Perez, Alderman Mueller.
Yes, Your Honor. On the agenda, we have to discuss and approve the structural change to Sunset Park from 28th Street Park, and we're waiting for a final estimate, so we're going to table that until next Wednesday, if we could, please. And we have nothing more on the agenda. I wanted to bring up one thing. It does have something to do with public property, and I know that Alderman Radke had just spoke to Alderman Sapienza to see if they could bring it up in public health and safety to possibly look at the burning ordinance. I know we had some calls regarding extra leaf vacuuming pickup this week here, and also some leaf burning. And I believe that our ordinance should be looked at to see about doing something a little different. If it was up to me and it was my choice, and I don't know how the council feels about it, but with a leaf vac, I don't even know if we even need leaf burning. There's a lot of people that complain. I know Alderman Radke and I have received phone calls over this past week with leaf burning, so if they could possibly look at that ordinance and see if we could do something change it up or maybe not have a ordinance for burning. That'd be a good thing, I think.
Specifically, what were the complaints? Were they days or
Well,
time?
the biggest complaint was there was a person trying to fry a turkey outside Thanksgiving, and, you know, somebody's burning leaves. You know, that kind of gets to be, you know, and I don't know what the circumstances are, but, you know, I'd just like the committee to take a look at it, maybe the fire chief to take a look at it and see if our ordinance is adequate or if it needs to be updated or when the last time it was updated, because I don't know, so.
Well,
Actually, Chief Byrne and I have been talking about that over the course of the last week. We do want to revise our burning ordinance. We want to look at it. There's some areas that, since we're moving north a lot more with our boundaries, there's some people up there that want to burn some stuff that really wouldn't affect anybody, and then we get down into town, we got some issues. So we definitely want to look at that, because if some of those bigger businesses up there want to clear fence lines or something like that, and they want to burn, and there's nobody around up there, I really don't see a lot of issues with that. But again, if you got wet leaves and somebody's in town trying to burn them, and it's definitely a nuisance. So, yeah, we're definitely going to review that and come back to you with.
For those businesses, it might be as simple as they need to get a permit from the fire department or something or whatever.
That's kind of what we talked about at the discretion of the fire chief, fire marshal, something like that. But we're going to look at that, make it a case by case kind of thing, I think, so we can review it prior to the burning.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people with allergies that complain too, but, I just think if we look at it, maybe see if we'll change that up.
Things like a burning ordinance, a lot of common sense goes into it on the people's part that are doing the burning too. If it's blowing right into your neighbor's window, that's a good way to get things changed quick. So a little common sense too.
I have nothing further, Your Honor. Alderman Mueller, do you have anything?
Nothing further.
Okay, report city attorney, ordinances, resolutions.
Okay, the first ordinance is an ordinance levying taxes for the corporate purposes for the city of Peru, Illinois, for the fiscal year beginning on May 1st, 2013, and ending April 30th, 2014 inclusive. Whereas by ordinance number 4991, duly adopted by the City Council of the City of Peru, Illinois, April 22nd, 2013, a budget for corporate purposes for said city for the fiscal year May 1st, 2013 through April 30th, 2014, both inclusive, was adopted, a copy of which budget appropriations are attached hereto and incorporated herein. Whereas of said total so budgeted, the city requires to be raised by real estate taxation for said fiscal year after making allowance for estimated receipts from other sources, the sum of $990,700. Section 2, the sum of $990,700 being the total budget heretofore legally made, which will be collected for the real estate tax levy for the current fiscal year of the City of Peru. And then on the final page, there's the Exhibit A that's inclusive, that shows the breakdown of the taxes. The general tax for courses is $0. The garbage tax is $100,000, which is the same as previous years. The recreation system tax, park department tax, maybe you would call it, is the $50,000. Then there's the library associated taxes. For general purposes, $337,050. Building and maintenance, $44,900. Liability insurance, $34,050. Municipal retirement fund insurance, municipal retirement fund allowance of $31,500, and Medicare and Social Security for $18,000 even. That would be for a total for the library of $465,500. And we're also levying for the pension, police pension fund, $330,000, the municipal band, $5,000, the fireman's pension, $35,000, and the ESDA, $5,200, for a total tax levy, as previously stated, of $990,700 even.
Your Honor, I make a motion, we adopt the ordinance as written and read.
Second, Your Honor.
I have a motion by Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Putoff to adopt the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor, I just wanted to point out a few items. Essentially, out of our tax levies, 45% goes to the library to operate the library. 38% goes to the police fire pensions, which only is just a portion of the total obligations of the city. About 5% goes to the recreation fund, and 10% is there for what you'd essentially call the landfill closure or the garbage fund. So that's just a portion of what it takes to operate the city, a very small percentage. And as you see, it's taken up by pretty much no choices as far as the library funding and the pension or the accrued pensions that we have. So 83% is pretty locked in, and that leaves you with the recreation fund and the landfill closure.
What's the total number for police pension? Anybody have that?
The total police pension between the,
What's our
The
outlay?
levy's 330, but the total is about
well over $1 million, maybe 1.1.
If I remember correctly, I think I had sent something out to the council on that. I think we're sitting there somewhere about the 668 range for the year. So only half of this comes from the levy, or not even really half of it. But I'd have to double check that number. I don't have it in front of me.
What about the fire? I know that went up also, but
The fire right now, based on the last Illinois Department of Insurance actuarial report that we received, I think they were right about, I want to say 96,000 or 93,000, and we're set to contribute $106,600.
We also don't levy any property tax for our IMRF, city's IMRF. And I put some of these out in the back shelf if residents want one, and I think all the council members have one as well, so.
in IMRF, we're right around 650, right? We're 6.5 million payroll, and we're at 13-14%. So we're a couple $1 million in pensions.
Yeah, I think what I've done is in the past is kind of put something together for you right about budget time as to what we've spent the previous year and what we're anticipating to spend for the next fiscal year. And I'll do that again for you sometime within the next 90 days.
And essentially what it means is the city really survives on both sales tax and electric revenues, and a little bit of water and sewer, but that's really our survival mode for our community, our city.
Well, that's where I'm going with it. You know, we're at 365,000 that we're levying, and we're paying almost $2 million. And by rights, you could levy that whole amount if you wanted to. So, okay, is there any other questions on this ordinance? There's a motion and a second. Have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved.
The next ordinance is an ordinance authorizing the execution of the IML-RMA Minimum Maximum Contribution Agreement. Whereas the City Council of the City of Peru, a member in good standing of the Illinois Municipal League Risk Management Association, and party to the IML-RMA Intergovernmental Cooperation Contract, has been fully appraised of the IML-RMA Minimum Maximum Contribution Agreement, which amends and supplements the IML-RMA Declarations page dated December 31st, 2013 to December 31st, 2014, and all endorsements thereto. Whereas the City Council of the City of Peru finds it's in the best interest of the municipality to make its IML RMA contribution in accordance with the IML RMA minimum maximum contribution agreement. That the execution of the agreement for 1-year period beginning December 31st, 2013. That should read beginning January 1st, 2014 and ending December 31st, 2014. That the mayor and city clerk are hereby granted authority to execute the agreement, which amends and supplements the declaration pages dated December 31st, 2013 to December 31st, 2014.
Is there a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke, to approve the ordinance as written and read. What have we been experiencing maximum normally, right?
We have had a couple of years, the 9-year and I think in the 11-year, where we crept over the minimums. The last couple of years have been more positive.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adopt the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion? Roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved.
Next, we have an ordinance authorizing the execution of a commercial real estate lease with W.H. Mays Company, and this would be for the 6,400 square foot building at 2828 Market Street for the Public Works Department. Peter Dean, the mayor and city clerk, and each of them, for and on behalf of the city, are authorized and directed to execute a commercial real estate lease by and between the city and Mays, copy of which is here to attach, and this would be for calendar year 2014 at $900 a month.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion that we accept the ordinance as written and read.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius, to adopt the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion?
There really, Your Honor, from my questions that I've had before, is there's really no other option to store this equipment that we have at the time. And the other option is probably building a building, and we don't have that cost ability right now.
Right, are you full down there?
Yep.
What's your square footage, 6420?
No room to spare, right?
Yeah, we're pretty packed in down there with all the, we kind of, between all of our buildings, it's kind of a jigsaw puzzle to get all the equipment in and out during the season's changes, so, we even have materials stored up at in the water treatment plant tower, so, we're strapped shit.
What's your square footage on Peoria? 200,000 or 20,000? 100 by 200, something like that? Well, as Alderman Putoff said, it's not an option tonight, but it's something you should look at.
I looked at some other buildings where they came up, but this was the cheapest we could find, and not have to do any internal changes to make it work.
And maybe they could put a security feature in the building, too.
Yeah, you've updated the security, changed the locks, new locks, everything.
Yeah, they put
Thank
the new
you.
fence up, and that's all been taken care of, and we're looking at some other things too, so.
Okay, there's been a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius. If there's no further discussion, we'll have a roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved.
I have nothing else, Your Honor.
Okay, unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business? New business.
Your Honor, we have a motion tonight to release executive session recordings of November 8th, 2013, November 13th, 2013, to retired Judge William Balestri for the limited purposes of investigating payroll issues.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke, to release executive sessions of November 8th and November 13, 2013. Is there any discussion?
The council should recognize that on one of those calls, we had legal counsel in the room, and so that's why we're making this motion, because some of that conversation was privileged, and so we're going to allow the judge to listen to that, and solely the judge.
For what now?
We had our labor attorney on the phone in one of those meetings, and therefore we need to have this motion. because we have legal privilege. That conversation is legally privileged between our attorney and ourselves. So we need to understand that that's what we're allowing the judge to listen to. That's why the motion is on the agenda.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, we'll have a roll call vote. Clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapien.
Aye.
Motion approved. Any other new business?
Yes, Your Honor, just remind everybody that this Saturday morning is Pearl Harbor Parade on Water Street, begins at 11, and our city Christmas parade begins at 1:30, so.
I think the Pearl Harbor Day is 11:30, isn't it? We line up at 11 and march
Yeah,
at 11:30.
it's 11:30 from the press release. It begins at the Prue Rescue Station and proceeds to the South Shore Boat Club. It's the 72nd anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. There are 4 actual Pearl Harbor survivors that will attend this year, and there are 2 places in the United States where they have a Pearl Harbor memorial service: Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and Prue, Illinois. 11:30. It's a nice. The guest speaker is Nancy Fink, the commander of the U.S. Navy, will be there.
And also any city officials that want to go in it, we're going to line up by Test Incorporated. For the Christmas parade, yeah.
And also the,
Water Street's at the rescue station, yeah, for the Pearl Harbor.
Okay. Petitions, communications?
Yes, Your Honor, I have a communication from Jill Gahan and Kurt Slosher requesting a variance subdivision of property located at 2102 and 2110 4th Street.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion that we accept the communication and send it on to the Zoning Board of Appeals
I'll second that, Your Honor.
and Planning Commission.
We have a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Sapienza, to receive the communication and pass it on for review and recommendation to the Planning and Zoning. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Next, we have a communication from Attorney John Duncan on behalf of the Pappas Cawley Trust, A103, requesting approval of final plat of the Rye Pass subdivision.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion, we refer that to the Plan Commission and zoning. Is there zoning involved also?
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Mueller, to receive the communication, place on file, turn it over to the Planning and Zoning for review and recommendation. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Any further?
No further communications, Your Honor.
Public comment. Do we have any public comment?
Your Honor, I forgot to bring this up. If I could ask the question of Veterans Park, the flagpole, the concrete around that is getting pretty bad. Is there something that we could do on that? I know that we had talked about that once before, getting that work done, that concrete that goes around that flagpole.
I'll have to look at it.
Thank you.
Any public comment? One more time. Any public comment? Okay, closed session. Motion for adjournment.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Radke for adjournment. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.